Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Coach Chris from AccuTrader.net coming at you with a recap of the market for Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. I'm on the Central Time Zone and I'm recording this at approximately 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Um, this recap isn't going to last very long because really the market only had one main overall direction today, and that was down. And I mean, it was actually, I think, took a lot of people by surprise. We had some news that came out at 7:30 this morning. It's this candle right here, and it turned out to be almost a doji, and it was really a non-event. I mean, of course the algos clicked in and brought the thing up and down, but it really didn't move the markets at all. And then that was at 7:30 a.m. my time, which is Central Time, and then it slowly kind of, I don't know, didn't go, and it went up a little bit till we got the market open right where this purple line is at 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. What I've got up here is a 5-minute chart of the MNQ September 2024 contract for futures. These are the micro NASDAQ contracts that trade for $2 a point. And I've got the AccuTrader.net algo loaded on the chart. But you can see by the price action, I mean, it was overall pretty negatively trending the whole way down. We had a couple of retracements, but then and I'll show you exactly in a minute here, and then kind of consolidated here into the close and stayed that way to the close of that session. But so the market opened right here at 8:30, and at 9 o'clock, half hour later, the AccuTrader system did trigger a short. It had been kind of threatening to go down. We had some small-bodied wicks with some really small-bodied candles with big wicks on each side. And then at 9 o'clock, we got triggered into a short. It was absolutely beautiful momentum trade. Remember, when we take our trades, we enter and we put the stop loss at the top of this gray band here, which is maybe 15, 20 points in this case. But you'll see once we entered the trade here at 9 a.m., the trade never went negative and gave us any heat. In fact, if I get my measuring tool out, the ruler, I'm just going to put it right on that 9 o'clock candle, and you can see within, these are 5-minute, remember. So on the first, after the entry, the second 5-minute candle, we're already $62 or 62 points in the positive. So at $2 a point, that's $120, and then it continued to click down. I don't know why that didn't continue down until we got our first take profit, which is this green X, which would have resulted. Let me just measure that out. Well, what did I do here? There's the X. Approximately almost 90 points, somewhere between 85 and 90 points. You sure wouldn't probably have caught everything, but let's just say you got 75 at $2 a point. That'd be, but $150 around. Then you can see it consolidated and slowly drifted down, and then made a reverse. And I've been mentioning in all of my videos recently, when this pulls back, get that ruler out of our way here so I can show you what I'm talking about. This is our basis line, kind of our it isn't VWAP, but it's similar to VWAP, where price wants to revert back and reset on that basis line. If we're below the basis line, we tend to be negative or bearish. Above the basis line, we're bullish. When we're right on it, we're neutral. And you can see what happens typically is once it pulls back and just touches that basis line, we usually get a nice rejection and then another downward leg. And it worked out absolutely perfectly in this case. So entry to first take profit, it's showing 96 points to the top of that wick, 80 to the top of the candle. That would have been the first take profit. And then it continues on. Oh my goodness gracious. 300-point drop. It got triggered in at 9 a.m. and now we would have been at 10:45 a.m. So an hour and 45 minutes, we had a 300-point drop in the MNQ. Absolutely amazing. I think it's somewhere probably, I would think 1.5%, or 1.5%, something like this. So then you can see it did pull back here at 10:45, 11-ish. And instead, this bar did kiss that basis line, but instead of rejecting, it actually pushed through a little bit and got all the way up to the top of this band. Remember, it's the first touch of that basis line that we get the rejection typically from. So this was your first touch, rejection, retracement, and this time it does push through a little bit. Ultimately, and gets rejected down again, little retracement, down, consolidation, and little kind of wavering into the close. So really not much else to say about today. It was all negative. You had to be very careful. Look at these wicks on these candles again. Some bigger bodies finally, but still a lot of up and down, jerky, whippy, what I call whippy action, moving back and forth. And if you're not on your toes when you trade this market, you really, really can get whipsawed. So that's all I got for you tonight. I will have at least one video tomorrow, and want to thank you for watching. Check out the AccuTrader.net system, and thanks to all my new subscribers and customers. You guys all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Coach Chris signing off.